Council meeting of January 10th, 2011. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The City Clerk, please take roll.
Davis Reinhardt.
Here.
Joyce J.
Here.
Tracy Langworthy.
Here.
Mike Stites.
Here.
Joe DeMott.
Here.
Karen Adams. Here. And Karen Berry. And City Councilwoman Wanda Sang is absent this evening.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes of December 13th, 2010?
So moved.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion for approval, second by Councilmember Reinhardt. Discussion on the minutes. Please poll the council.
Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you. Normally we have proclamations and ceremonies first. I'm going to ask for a moment of silence for the shooting victims in Tucson, Arizona. Thank you. I will jaunt on down to the podium and ask Councilmember Langworthy to join me. Thank you. I'd like to welcome everybody tonight. We're recognizing our Civic Academy graduates from 2010. Every year the city has at least one or two Civic Academies where you have citizens come forth to learn about the city of Wheat Ridge. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us this evening and celebrating the successful completion of the 2010 Civic Academy held in this fall. I'm not using these glasses tonight. I'm pleased to report that we had great interest in the Academy with 13 residents graduating from the program in this third graduating class. The City Council has made civic engagement a priority in Wheat Ridge, which has resulted in providing new and innovative ways for citizens to participate in local government. The Civic Academy is just one of those ways. So welcome and congratulations. First, I wanted to acknowledge our speakers that we had at the Academy. We had Larry Schultz was our City of Wheat Ridge Treasurer. He spoke at one of the meetings. Joyce Manwaring, Parks and Recreation Director. Dan Brennan, Chief of Police. Tim Peranto, Public Works Director. Ken Johnstone, Community Development Director. Judge Christopher Randall. Steve Gillespie, Chief of Wheat Ridge Fire Department. John Greer, Chief Arvada Fire Department. Dave Thomas, President of Jefferson County School Board. We had Sherry John, Colorado State Senator and Wheat Ridge resident. Mo Keller, at the time, was our Colorado State Senator also. Britta Fisher from Wheat Ridge 2020 and her husband Ryan, who's on the Board of Adjustments. And they are Wheat Ridge residents. We had Rick Adams for Renewal Wheat Ridge and a resident. Louise Turner, Animal Welfare Board and resident. Guy Nemich from Parks and Recreation Commission, and he's also a resident. And then Richard Matthews, Planning Commission and resident. So what we're going to do is we're going to call your name up. I will shake your hand, and then we will give you some awards from our academy. So please step forward. Kimberly Davia. Kimberly Davia and Karen Thaler had perfect attendance in all classes. Congratulations. We have Karen Thaler. Please stay up. We're going to take. I don't want to take a photo. Maybe happen up right up here. Thanks. Loretta DeTiro. Not to be confused with my wife. Congratulations. Russ Hedden, longtime resident of District 1. Katie Knoll, newer resident on Eaton Street. We have Loretta Montoya. Millie Nadler. Karen Weiss. Did I say your name right? Weiss. Good. Karen. Paul Dacco. Did I say that right? Joey Carr, Brian Eberly, Shane Nicholson, and Shane Kretcher. And those folks couldn't make it tonight. So how about a round of applause for our new graduates. Heather, did you want to take a photo or? Yeah. Or please join us, Loretta. The next item on the agenda is citizens' right to speak. It is reserved for members of the public who wish to speak on any item not on the agenda. Speakers are allowed 3 minutes. Others may donate their time to the speaker at the podium for a total of 9 minutes. When you are speaking at the podium, you will see a green light when you start speaking, a yellow light when you have 30 seconds left, and a red light when your time is up. So please step forward on any agenda item, or any item not on the agenda. And please spell your last name and give us your city or your address.
Thank you. I'm John Marriott. I reside at 5595 Carr Street in Arvada, Colorado. I'm here tonight.
Can you spell your last name for the record?
Sure. Last name is Marriott. I'm here tonight to talk about two things, neither of which is on the agenda. The first thing I want to talk about is something you guys are actually going to see at the study session, but since public comment is no longer allowed at study sessions, I figured this was my one and only shot to get it in, and I guess I'm fortunate tonight that the study session follows the meeting. I have been following a little bit here in town the talk about building codes and whether residents should be able to do their own electrical work as well as other remodeling type work, and just wanted to let the council know that I'm an advocate for homeowners, property owners being able to do their own stuff. I think when we make it unreasonably difficult for them to be able to do common things, whether they be plumbing, electrical, mechanical, or anything else, I think you create a situation where residents maybe don't get permits when they otherwise might have. The other thing, I've got some experience from owning rental properties in various cities. Most of the cities, if not all the cities around here, allow you to do those types of things on the residency that you live in. And so I know, for instance, in Arvada, you may do electrical work on your own property without a permit. I think there was some confusion about that. Arvada does give homeowners a limited contractor's license for the purpose of building their own house from scratch. But if you already have a house that's already built, you do not need to procure any type of a contractor's license to be able to do your own electrical, provided it's your residence. So I would just encourage the council, when this item comes up, to keep in mind that sometimes a less restrictive environment is a more encouraging environment for things to happen. The NRS speaks to the housing stock that we have and the encouragement for making updates, and that it's pretty common in other jurisdictions, including Jefferson County, Arvada, the state of Colorado, Golden, that it is common that homeowners are allowed to do that kind of stuff. So I would encourage you to go that way. The other thing I wanted to bring up tonight under public comment is I'm part of a citizens and property owners group that has formed to start investigating the possibility of switching the part of the city of Wheat Ridge north of Clear Creek and south of the railroad tracks along Ridge Road from the Arvada Fire Protection District into the Wheat Ridge Fire Protection District. And we've begun our process of looking at it, and may go forward, or at least that's our plan. So I know you'll hear more about that in the coming times, but I just want to make sure everybody was aware that that is going on. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have anybody else here for public comment on any item not on the agenda? Seeing none, are there any changes to our agenda tonight? Seeing none, we'll have the consent agenda. Councilmember Demott.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Introducing the consent agenda. Number 1A, motion to approve payment in the amount of $80,685 to Design Concepts Incorporated of Lafayette, Colorado for the purposes of preparing the design and construction documents for Phase 3 of Discovery Park. Number 1B, motion to approve the purchase of 2 large commercial lawnmowers from LL Johnson Distributing Company in an amount not to exceed $167,160. 1C, a motion to encumber funds for 2011 fuel, granular de-icer, and liquid de-icer purchases in an amount not to exceed $405,000. Is the motion in order?
Motion's in order.
I move to approve items 1A, B, and C.
Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion to approve the consent agenda, seconded by Councilmember Stites. Discussion on the consent. Please poll the council.
Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is ordinances on first reading. The purpose of first reading is to notify the public of the date and time of the public hearing. Amendments are allowed on first reading. Public comment is not allowed on first reading. Item 2 is Council Bill 01-2011. Councilmember Adams.
Council Bill number 012011, an ordinance approving the amendment of Section 26803 of the Wheat Ridge Code of Laws pertaining to floodplain control. I move to approve Council Bill number 01-2011, an ordinance revising Section 26803 of the Wheat Ridge Code of Laws pertaining to floodplain control on first reading, order it published, public hearing set for Monday, January 24th, 2011 at 7 p.m. at City Council Chambers, and it take effect 15 days after publication.
Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion for approval, seconded by Councilmember Reinhardt. Discussion on the main motion. Please poll the council.
Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is decisions, resolutions, and motions. Item 3 is Resolution 01-2001. Councilmember Jay.
Resolution number 01-2001, a resolution amending the 2011 Open Space Fund 32 budget in the amount of $15,000 for the purchase of accepting a donation from the Wheat Ridge Rotary Club for expenditure on the Discovery Park public art sculpture and an off-leash dog park. The Wheat Ridge Rotary Club has offered to donate $15,000 to be paid in $3,000 increments over the next 5 years for the purpose of donating to the Mayor's Public Art Initiative for the Discovery Park sculpture in the amount of $10,000 and to partially fund an off-leash dog park in the amount of $5,000. A supplemental budget appropriation is being requested to expend the $15,000 donation in 2011. The Rotary Club will then reimburse the city over the next 5 years, with the initial payment occurring in December 2011 and final payment occurring in December 2015. I move to approve Resolution number 01-2010, a resolution amending the 2011 Open Space Fund 32 budget in the amount of $15,000 for the purpose of accepting a donation from the Wheat Ridge Rotary Club for expenditure on the Discovery Park public art sculpture and an off-leash dog park.
Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion for approval. It was seconded by Councilmember Demott. Discussion on the main motion. Oh, it's been brought to my attention. It should be Resolution 02-2011 in your motion.
I was thinking because it had come previously. I believe we can stand that as corrected.
Let the record show that it's 2011 for the approval. Please poll the council on the main motion.
Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you. Item 4 is Resolution 02-2011. Councilmember Stites.
Oh, yeah. This is a great one. This is a good one. Resolution number 2011, a resolution approving an intergovernmental agreement with Jefferson County regarding annexation of real property. In conjunction with the amended and expanded Cabela's development plan, the city will be initiating annexation of property currently owned by the county. The property is eligible to be annexed as an enclave parcel, which simplifies the process and avoids the need for the county to circulate an annexation petition. In discussion among staff at the city and county, it became clear that an intergovernmental agreement in relation to the annexation process would be needed to address certain timing issues relative to the annexation process and their sale of the property to Cabela's. The intergovernmental agreement has been drafted for approval by Wheat Ridge City Council and Jefferson County Board and Commission. Is a motion in order?
Motion's in order.
On behalf of the citizens of Wheat Ridge, this is a great thing, but I move to approve resolution number 02-2011, a resolution approving an intergovernmental agreement with Jefferson County regarding annexation of real property.
Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion for approval, seconded by Councilmember Demott. Discussion on the main motion. Please poll the council.
Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you. Item 5 is the ratification of the mayor's 38th Avenue Corridor Stakeholder Committee appointees. Councilmember Langworthy.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a motion for ratification of the 38th Avenue Corridor Plan Stakeholder Committee appointees. The city is in the process of initiating the development of a 38th Avenue corridor plan to help articulate a vision for the corridor and to provide direction on future development and improvements. Participation by 38th Avenue property and business owners and residents adjacent to the corridor is critical to the success of the planning process. A mayor-appointed 38th Avenue Stakeholder Committee is being formed to provide an opportunity for these individuals to participate in the development of the plan. Staff solicited applications from individuals interested in being a part of the committee. Based on the applications received, staff prepared a recommended roster of members that was forwarded to the mayor for review and refined with the mayor's input. The mayor is asking City Council to ratify the Stakeholder Committee list of appointees. Is that motion in order?
Motion's in order.
I move to ratify the 38th Avenue Corridor Plan Stakeholder Committee list of appointees.
Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion for approval, seconded by Councilmember Jay. Discussion on the main motion. Ms. Adams.
I have a question for staff. When you went out for the application process, I am not familiar. Is there anyone on this committee that is on the Wheat Ridge Business District?
Councilmember Jay is.
Yeah, on council. I know that council member is, but is there I guess a council member DeMott just pointed out that Jerry Nalen is. That's good. I just wanted to make sure that the business district was also involved in this organization. Thank you.
Thank you. I also wanted to thank all the citizens and business owners that applied for the task force. So please poll the council on the main motion.
Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you. Item 6, Ms. Berry.
Yes, thank you. This is just a simple addition to the council rules that were required before any item was put on the agenda, that it have a fiscal note attached to it. Currently, staff does a pretty good job of outlining the fiscal impact of most changes that we propose. Every now and then, something does get put on the agenda without an associated analysis of the fiscal impact. I think the citizens ought to know the fiscal impact of anything that we pass, so that's why I brought forward this change to our rules that, again, would require the analysis before something could go on the agenda.
Motion's in order.
Yes. I move to approve changing council rules to add a fiscal impact.
Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion for approval, seconded by Councilmember Reinhardt. Discussion on the council rule change. Please poll the council. Oh, Sorry, Mr. Demont. You're so quiet over there.
I just had some questions on who, generally when we get the financial impact on here, they come from the departments. Is this adding an extra step above what's going to need to be done there?
No, it's not.
Okay. And the financial impacts now come from each department if it comes through, or do those come from your office?
Correct. The department responsible for the council action form does the fiscal impact.
I'm just apprehensive to support something that could possibly add, another layer of administration to something that over the heads of a certain department heads or between here and there. Is there I hate to say, is there a fiscal impact to this, but is this something that we could be looking at in the future as to a finance department or something expanded on that? Is there anything that's going to be so complicated that we are going to have to find more people to build these fiscal notes, is what I'm trying to say?
No, staff currently provides a fiscal impact on each council action form, so there would be no change.
Okay. So how would it be different than what we have now on the financial impact? I'm just...
Like I said, sometimes something does appear on the agenda. Sometimes things put on the last minute that don't have a fiscal impact on it. So this is to ensure that anything we consider, that the fiscal impact of it is fully analyzed and disclosed to the citizens before we approve it.
Okay, so on this one it says financial impact none. I'm just making sure that really means none, and that we're not expanding into another department, or we're going to need a finance director or a finance expansion on a financial department or something like that. That's just questions I had for staff. Well, thank you.
I have a question, too.
Ms. J.
My question is that sometimes we have, through the police department, we have received maybe a one-year position via a grant, and then the decision will be later on to finance that position if we care to bring it forward. Would that appear as a fiscal possibility for the future?
Yeah, that type of information should be detailed under the fiscal impact section.
Thank you.
Any other questions from council? Can we have a motion for approval? It was seconded. Please poll the council on the council rule change.
Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you. Item 7 is ratify the mayoral appointment to Renewal Wheat Ridge. Councilmember Langworthy.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. This is a motion to ratify the mayoral appointment to Renewal Wheat Ridge. The members of Renewal Wheat Ridge RWR are appointed by the mayor and ratified by City Council. James Barenberg currently serves on the board representing District 2, term expiring November 2010. James has requested reappointment to his position on the RWR board. Mayor DiTullio is recommending that James be reappointed as a District 2 representative, term to expire November 2015. Is a motion in order?
Motion's in order.
I move to ratify the District 2 mayoral appointment of James Barenberg to the Renewal Wheat Ridge board, term to expire November 2015.
Is there a second? We have a motion for approval and was seconded by Councilmember Jay. Discussion on the appointment. Please poll the council.
Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you. I believe that concludes our agenda for tonight. We'll move on to city managers matters.
I have nothing this evening. Thank you.
City attorneys matters.
Nothing tonight, thanks.
City clerks matters.
Nothing tonight. Thank you.
Councilmember Reinhardt.
Just one thing. One of our elementary schools is back on the list to be shut down. Martinson was on the list that came out last week. I intend to go back to the school board last year and see whether we can get that, find some point of agreement that they shouldn't be shutting schools down and neighborhood elementary schools down, particularly ours. But
in general. So I'm going to try and make some phone calls on that, and I encourage anyone either on the dais or in the community that wants to get involved in trying to lobby the school board to stop that, to contact me. Thank you.
Ms. Berry?
Nothing, thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Jay?
Thank you, Davis. I too am very concerned about our community schools being shut down, and I will be attending whatever meetings that are available. And at the same time, I also want to congratulate. We've had a new business opened, and we had a ribbon cutting last Friday. I believe it's called Zen Animal Shelter. Not shelter. That's the wrong. It's a center. Yeah, a center, and they will be doing obedience training of dogs, physical emergency care lessons, as well as nose training, which is a very interesting process where the dogs are joyfully learn to access and use their marvelous scenting ability to find objects, and it's very playful and fun for both the owners and the dog. So I'm just delighted we have another business coming into Wheat Ridge.
Thank you. Ms. Adams? Ms. Langworthy?
I would just like to reiterate what Joyce said about the ribbon cutting. It's a wonderful facility, and it's in a little kind of out-of-the-way place over off of 52nd, just east of Ward Road, but they have done a wonderful job with the building. It's bright and cheery, and it looks like a really happy place for dogs to go and get training and just an overall great business to Wheat Ridge, so I welcome them.
Mr. DeMott?
Nothing tonight, thanks.
Mr. Stites?
Oh, yeah. For 2011, this is a great time to relocate to Wheat Ridge, either your business and or your residents. If you need any help, please see one of us or staff, and they'd be glad to help you. It's extremely important this time of year to please try to do a positive thing for your community, neighborhood, your family. With all the snow that we have, please pay attention. Maybe some elderly people in your neighborhood might need some help shoveling their sidewalk or driveway. Would be an excellent time to do it, and it'd be an excellent time to get involved with the city too. We possibly have some commissions that we need appointments on. Please check. I got a call yesterday at home about that, and the gentleman was very gracious about that. And as always, please try to find it and buy it in Wheat Ridge. Thank you.
Thank you. I believe that concludes our agenda for tonight. Thank you.